Howdy, my name is Flora Williams. I'm with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service, and I'm going to present on behalf of the Better Living for Texans program. Welcome to the Healthy Eating Slice of Pizza Ranch. I really wish y'all were here with us today. I'm going to use something that kind of looks like a pizza to talk about healthy eating. This is called Choose My Plate. And if you go to the website, choosemyplate.gov, you can learn a whole lot more about what I'm talking about to you today. Choose My Plate was developed by the United States Department of Agriculture, and it divides the foods that are healthiest for us into 5 groups. So let's talk about the pizza. We'll start off looking at the grains. On your pizza, your crust falls into the grain group. Other foods that fall into the grains, all of your breads, cereals, rice, and pasta. You need I need 6 servings of grains each day. So that's going to equal to about 6 ounces of grain. What counts as 1 ounce of grain is going to be things like 1 slice of regular bread, 1 small tortilla. So I have to be careful that if I'm going to eat more than one, that I count it as more than 1 serving. Other foods that fall into the grain group are going to be your rice, your pastas, and so you have to count those 2 into your 6 ounces. About a half a cup of pasta counts as 1 ounce, and if you're going to eat cereal, about 1 cup of ready-to-eat cereal is going to equal 1 ounce. Next we will talk about something that I like to put on my pizza first, then I like to put my pizza sauce on next. So pizza sauce is going to fall into the vegetable group. When it comes to vegetables, you want to eat a good variety of vegetables, so you want to vary your vegetables. Instead of just always eating the same vegetables all the time, basically your plate should look like a rainbow when it comes to your vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pizza sauce on. And the pizza sauce is mostly made up of tomatoes. So when you eat your vegetables, even though eating your whole vegetables are going to be better for you, but you can go with something that comes in a can or a jar. You can also go with some frozen vegetables, and those will count into your vegetable servings. Even vegetable juice. So when it comes to vegetables, most people need about 3 cups of vegetables. Okay, and to be honest, most people don't eat as much vegetables as they need to. Okay, so I'm going to put on so I said you want a color, so I'm going to put some green bell peppers on here. And the thing about pizza, it's so flexible. Whatever veggies you like, you just get those vegetables and you put those on there. So that's some green bell peppers. Then I'm also going to do some yellow. So it's coming together. You're starting to see those colors. Then I even have some red ones, some red bell peppers. So I'm going to get those on there. Sometimes I like to make sure I do when I'm making my pizzas to make sure I get things all the way out to the edge. So I'm going to get those there. And I'm an onion fan, so I have some onions. I'm going to put some of those on there. Your vegetables are loaded with so many vitamins that really help your body grow and develop. So you want to make sure you're getting plenty of vegetables. Even if you look at my plate, you'll notice that the vegetable section is a little bit bigger than the fruit, so you're going to need a little bit more vegetables than you do fruit. Okay, and then also I'm going to put some mushrooms. Again, anything that you don't prefer, you don't have to put it on here. Okay. All right, so next we will take a look at the fruit group. Some people don't like fruit on their pizza and some people do. So if you don't like your fruit on your pizza, you can just have your fruit on the side as a side dish to complement that pizza. But I'm going to put a little bit of pineapple on. So it is not recommended that we eat a lot of foods that have added sugar in them. So if you really, really like sweet things and you need to cut back on eating candy and sugary drinks, fruit is a good place to start because it's nice and sweet. Fruit has been called nature's dessert, so that's a nice little thing that you can do for yourself. So we need about 2.5, well, I need about 2.5 serving 2.5 cups of fruit every day. Okay, and just like with the vegetables, I can go with a 100% juice. I can go with some canned fruit, but with the canned fruit, I want to make sure they're canned in their own juice. Then I could also go with something that's frozen, because sometimes vegetables are not good or not available all year round. So the ones I really like to eat, I can just get it in another variety. Okay, and then we'll talk about protein. Okay, the protein I'm going to put on here today is some hamburger or some ground beef. And with the protein group, I need about 5.5 ounces a day. And just keep in mind that I'm saying per day, not per meal, because you're going to end up eating way more than you need if you eat that much every single meal. So you really need to watch your portion sizes on how much you're eating. Okay, so meat, all of your meat products are going to fall into protein. Even your poultry, your fish, your seafood. Eggs even fall into the protein group. They're very high in protein, and so do nuts and seeds. Okay, so then we'll talk about what we're going to top things off with, and that's with some dairy. Okay, from the dairy group, we need about 3 cups of dairy per day. At least I do. If you look at choosemyplate.gov, you might find that you need a little bit more or a little bit less than I need. So that's a good thing about that website. It tells you exactly how much a person your age, your gender, and your physical activity level needs. So put the cheese on there. So some other things that fall into the dairy group are going to be yogurt and cheese. And with yogurt and cheese and even your milk, you want to choose things that are low in fat or have no fat in it at all. So we call that skim. That's made from a skim product. Okay, so that's a little bit about all the groups on Choose My Plate. So hopefully now you will know how to put together a healthier pizza whenever you're making your pizza. Okay, so for your activity to go along with the healthy eating slice of Pizza Ranch, you're going to receive a blank sheet of paper with a circle on it, and I want you to tell me from the 5 groups on Choose My Plate, what would you put on your pizza?